Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make a video today about the reasons that I actually love being a single mom. Zaya and Frankie are saying hi in the background. But anyway, I wanted to start out by saying, obviously, there's plenty of good things about not being a single mom. There's a lot less work that you have to do. Since you have a partner. There's of course the other stuff about having a partner that I do miss. I'm not gonna lie. I was in an 8-year relationship and I do miss a lot of that stuff that I had. But actually being a mom, I actually love it, and I would have all of my kids on myself. Not gonna lie. So to start out, I love that I get freedom in all of the choices day to day. I love that I get freedom about the little choices that I have to make about my kids. I get to choose what kind of school they go to. I get to choose what kind of play dates they go on. I get to choose all that stuff. I choose what they have for lunch, what they have for breakfast, what they have for dinner. To an extent, my parents feed them dinner while I'm at school, so that's not always 100% up to me. But they do tell me what they give them, obviously, and stuff like that. So, it's great because I don't have anybody I need to argue with about that kind of stuff, And number 2 kind of goes along with that, which is that I get to make all of the choices. So it's not, the reason that I differentiate number 1 and number 2 is that I feel like number 1 is more of like a day-to-day thing of kind of stupid stuff. Like I said, like a kind of play dates they go on, or what kind of classes they take, or when they would start taking classes if they take classes. But number 2 is a bigger, broader way of talking about making choices. I got to choose their names by myself. No arguments there. They have my last name. If I had a boy, I would be able to choose on my own about circumcision and stuff like that. I get to choose stuff like what I approved for shots and the kind of schedule that I want to make about our vaccines and stuff, which all of those things the decisions you have to make about being a parent, the decision of if you want to do genetic testing. There was nobody to talk about that with. I chose not to because it just didn't really fit into what I wanted. I got to choose when I was going to advocate for myself and when. I chose everything. I chose about co-sleeping. I chose to co-sleep. There's nobody else to argue with me about there's no space in the bed. I think that we should put them in their own room at 6 months. I think they should go to their own room at 1 year. I get to choose whatever I want to do because my life, my room, my kids, my decision. So I think that's fantastic, and I kind of can't imagine what life would be like if I was having to argue about these things with someone else. It's actually very important for me that my kids have my last name, because I'm the only person, most likely, who is going to have children who has my last name in my immediate family, and all of us are girls. And so if other people have kids who haven't had kids, I'm the first one of my cousins to have kids, they most likely would have the dad's last name. I mean, I'm the first one, like I said, so there's no, promises. Obviously, we don't know yet, but there's a certain level of understanding on where I'm coming from with that. And it's really important that I carry on our last name because the only people who I know who about having her last name live in Italy, I think. So there was, on my dad's side of the family, there was mostly daughters born. And so, when the daughters got married or had kids, however they had kids, most of them have their dad's last name. So, not ours. So that was really important to me, and I feel like that's something that would have either been taken away from me or would have at least been a conversation, a big conversation, if I were to have had kids, with a partner. So number 3 is that I get to have the feeling of doing it all by myself. I get the satisfaction, of course, of knowing I went through the NICU by myself. I went through my birth by myself. I mean, I had people there, obviously. I had support people, but you know, there was no dad there. There was no partner there. And I got to know, I was in 45 hours of labor, and I got to labor, you know, with my best friend instead of the partner. And it was, you know, for about 5 minutes, it was hard. And for 5 minutes I cried. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my hardest to be badass here. And so, you know, I did it. And, you know, I went through the NICU by myself. I've had friends here and there help. I've had a couple experiences or whatever with people. But, you know, mostly I have been single since when I was pregnant. So I did it all by myself, and I get the satisfaction of knowing I'm about to graduate from my class, my school that I'm in. I'm in medical assisting school, for anybody who doesn't know that. And I finish in 3 weeks, or in 5 weeks, I guess. 3 weeks of class, 2 weeks of break. And I get the satisfaction of knowing I did that by myself. My parents helped me, of course, but, you know, I've accomplished a lot more, I feel like, in the past 2 years being a mom than I did the other 7 years of my adulthood. You know, I finished my associates when I was pregnant, and now I'm getting this degree, certification, license, whatever it is, after my kids are born. So it makes me feel really like, I feel like I've been really successful, and I feel like I've really succeeded in a lot. And that feeling is just amazing. The feeling when I got my EKG certification in the mail last month, it was such an amazing feeling. Just knowing like, wow, I accomplished this, you know, as a single mom. So that was a really awesome feeling. And number 4, the last reason, which is kind of a big reason, is freedom in my life. So, you know, obviously, I'm a mom, number 1, and I'm a mom most of the day. I'm a mom 24/7. So, you know, but because there's not someone else here, I get some alone time. My kids are there, but they kind of entertain themselves sometimes, like they are right now. I get space in my bed more so than I would if there was another person in there. Another big person, not just 2 little people. I get to go out with my friends when it works for my schedule. I go out with my friends, and I can wear whatever I want. I don't have to worry about someone thinking I look skanky, or telling me that it doesn't look good, or telling me they don't like that. I'm able to get my eyelashes done because I want to, and I'm able to dress how I want to, and I can color my hair when I want to, and cut my hair when I want to. I don't worry about someone else's opinion, because someone else's opinion doesn't matter. It's only my opinion that matters, because I'm a single mom. So, I take people's opinions into consideration, of course, because how can you not when people tell you that they don't like something or they do like something or whatever. But the decisions that I make are all my decisions. And I love that. I love that I get to make all of my own decisions every single day, every single decision I make. I get to choose. If I want to move away, I can choose to do that myself. I don't worry about someone else's job. There's my parents to take into consideration, because they've helped me a lot, and obviously I don't want to move really far away from them or anything. But if I wanted to, if I had the opportunity to, I could. I don't have to worry about someone else. It feels really great to have independence and freedom. And I'm not saying that people who are married or who have partners don't have freedom or independence, because with a healthy relationship, obviously you should still be able to make your own decisions and do whatever you want. But it is a partnership, and you do have to, consider someone else when you make your decisions, which, as someone who's not in a partnership, I don't really have to worry about. So, I feel like a lot of people don't think about the benefits of being a single parent. Not saying it's great, especially considering some of the circumstances that I am aware of being a single parent. It can be really hard and really isolating. I've definitely felt isolated, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I love that I chose to be a mom. I love that I chose to be a single mom. I do hope that I meet someone, but if I don't at the same time, if I just continue trying to date and it doesn't work out, then I kind of feel like I would be okay with that too. Like, I feel like there is a plan for everyone, and my plan has gone the way that it's supposed to, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I love that feeling. I love knowing that there's a greater purpose for everything, or at least that's what I believe. And I really just feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So I love being a single mom, and I mean, this is probably a dumb video, but you know, I kind of just wanted to make a video on that, sharing that, because I think a lot of people, you know, they only think about the negative parts instead of the positives too, and there's definitely positives to it. So I guess that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will try to think of some better ideas. I hope you like my Christmas tree that's not light up because it's the daytime still. All right, bye.